Foundation has partnered with defiled on a great number of things, and among those are work we do together on livestock, helping animals survive either by having vaccines or better genetics, helping them be more productive. It's making a big difference. I was down in Ethiopia seeing how chickens are out there laying more eggs, getting more nutrition, and even some small savings into the household. So Edinburgh happens to be where a lot of the world's best work on this is done, and that's why defiled and the Gates Foundation are funding scientists here.
All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. And to you, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order, I say to you all, Shalom. Right, so now we know that Billy Gates of Hell has been always heavily involved in the food market, right? What does this man got to do with science, vaccines, and food, man? Exactly that, man. Trying to poison. Right? This guy is hell-bent on trying to decrease the population. Matter of fact,
in this year's annual letter, Melinda and I take the toughest questions we get asked and give our answers. One that's come up for a long time is, as we make the world healthier, is the population going to get so big that feeding everybody and maintaining the environment is going to be impossible? Here we can see a chart that looks at the total world population over the last several hundred years. And at first glance, this is a bit scary. We go from less than 1 billion in 1800, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.4 billion where we are today is happening even faster. So Melinda and I wondered whether providing new medicines and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem? What we found out is that as health improves, families choose to have less children. And this effect is very, very dramatic. We find that in every country...
All right, how's that true, man? Ask yourselves this. A healthy family, happy, healthy family, would less likely want to produce children. That makes no sense. Right? If you was unhealthy, you don't want to bring unhealthy babies here. So this guy's speaking with a forked tongue. What he's actually saying is, if we could make the people unhealthy, they won't want to make babies. And by doing so, you have to vaccinate.
...of the world, this is repeated. The population growth goes down as we improve health. So we've taken that chart that shows the global population growth, and we've actually extended it out all the way to 2100. And we can see that instead of continuing, it actually flattens out. Another way to see that is through this rate of population growth. And you can see that in the 60s, that reached a pretty high number, over 2% per year. And it's now come way, way down. Now, 11 billion people, still a lot, but the good news is that the faster we improve health, the faster family size goes down. And so we can feel great about saving those lives.
Make it make sense, man. So now this man is putting these things in the food, manipulating the food, chemicals. He's thinking about making his own burgers out of some type of sulfur, right? Some type of like lava, some type of, I don't know, lava burgers. It's coming out of his own mouth. Matter of fact, let me try to find it.
This is science meat. FDA approved science meat, of course. It was grown in a vat instead of inside an animal's body. And I'm about to chow down on it.
Let's head on in.
Okay. This isn't like a soy-based fake meat. It's real meat made from real chicken cells. Right now, dozens of companies are trying to figure out how to grow meat in unconventional ways, and it's beginning to work. Why do this? Concentrated animal agriculture takes a huge toll on the environment. And with the demand for meat expected to skyrocket in the next few decades, well, it's a big problem.
So why do they make meats in labs, right? If it's made from animals, right? It's because they can add chemicals and things and molecules, right? They can manipulate your food. If they can manipulate your food, they can manipulate your mind, your health, everything.
Meat is a product that we've loved for thousands of years, and the demand for it is doubling.
We have to come up with ways to be ingenious and give people what they want in a more efficient package.
We can meet this doubling of demand with a production method that is safe, sustainable, a lot more humane. So the question is, why don't we need an opportunity like this to be explored right now with urgency?
What if we could grow most or even all of the meat we need with a much smaller impact? What if we could make healthier meat? Or meat that was otherwise impossible to get?
Science is about asking questions that you don't know the answers to. It's about recognizing the limitations of society that you have at the time that you must overcome. And what is the science telling you?
This is Hard Reset, a series about rebuilding our world from scratch. Welcome to Emeryville, California.
All right, I'm not gonna play the whole video. Y'all can watch this. It's the title. Right. So slowly but surely, they're trying to make everybody vaccinate through these foods, man. All right, we're living at the very end times, man. If you don't see it, right, you're just doomed. This is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. This is the time that we're living in, man. Like, we don't know, even if our hygiene products have abominable things, right? Esau wants us to stay here forever, man. But he don't know this is the Lord's plan, and he could raise up stones to be his children. So there's nothing he could really do against this truth but for it at the end of the day. Right, here we are making videos on it. You know, letting the people know, man, exposing this man of perdition, man. All right, his track record precedes him. He's being exposed for these things. Right? Nothing that they could provide for us nothing they could provide for us is better than what the Lord has given us. Right? Natural herbs, right, for medicine. Right? Diet, meats. Right? He actually talks about, you know, having a good diet. Right? Taking care of your body, right? Right? This is Sirach chapter 30, verse 25. A cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. Right? So, you know, the heart goes into the mind. Right? What you're thinking about. It's true what they say, you are what you eat. Right? Because they got that from the scriptures, man. But Esau, always on the left-hand side, tries to do it his own way. Right? By polluting the people. Job chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Right? They tell you that you eat this, it's going to help the environment, and it's actually healthier than the real meat. Right? That's a forged lie. And what do? They listen to the rich man, right? Because when a rich man speaks, they extol it to the clouds, right? But when the poor man speaks, they help to overthrow him. And this is exactly what's going on, man, because Jake is poor. You know, we send a message out. They're not going to hear us out yet. This guy could walk in a room and tell a bunch of lies and everybody's cheering and laughing while this man's trying to kill you. Job chapter 13:4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. Right? And the people just clapping and going for it, listening and giving them, the Maximes and everything. And people just pushing that lie, saying you need to do this. Don't come around my family unless you had it. Right? There was a great divide in 2020. Right? The anti-max and the pro-max. People who wanted it, people who didn't. And you were shunned and looked down upon if you didn't take it. People washed their hands when they came around you. Things of that nature. So a lot of people lost their jaws over it. But at the end of the day, they're gonna find out that it was not to benefit you. So you can never trust this damn devil. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. Right? This guy, he came through humble, man. He got glasses on. He looks like a nerd. He's smiling. He looks trustable. I've even had discussions about this man with non-believers, right? They talked about the malaria vaccines that paralyzed children overseas, right? Hurt a lot of people. And he uses Ham, or so-called Africa, as his lab rats, human lab rats. Right, and this guy's getting super rich off of it. Super rich. But eventually it's going to come to naught. This is Job chapter 5, verse 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty. Right, it's what we're praying for. It's what we pray. Right, that our food that is defiled be cleansed through the strength and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through prayer. Right? Because our labors will not be in vain. Right? Job 5:12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? So the business of killing, man. Right? Through prayer and fasting. Right? The Lord will heal these things, man, and see it that no harm come upon you. Well, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rokaha, Qudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who I learned from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, preaching his truth in sincerity. And shalom to you ribs, to you sisters out there learning in silence and staying in order. I say to you all, shalom, peace.